as they come.
Stoddart picks it up and...
Melbourne United, one last chance. CG 43, 37 on the night. Make that 40! Chris Golding, take a bow! After one of the most extraordinary off-seasons in our history, tonight all the attention turns to what happens on the floor in front of a sold-out crowd in Tasmania at MyState Bank Arena for one of the best rivalries in the last 5 years in the Hungry Jacks NBL. To a global audience, it is a big hello and welcome to opening night. Tasmania playing host to Melbourne, and this is some sort of way to start off our season. I'm Jack Heverin, two legends of this league alongside me, Derek Rucker and Andrew Gaze. And Derek, as we always know when we come to MyState Bank Arena, the electricity and the energy in this place is unbelievable.
Well, Jack, it is amazing to be back here in Tasmania, Hobart. They've stood up and they are in here in full, ready to watch the tip-off of this season for their JackJumpers, who were down last year, Andrew, and this is a real redemption night for the JackJumpers. They have a very tough start to the season, none other right here than Melbourne United.
Yeah, I reckon the coaches look at the season and you try and pick some games, and you just sometimes bunch it into games of 4 or 5, and you can't find any wins there. You look at it and you go, oh, gee, that's a tough one. Oh, no, that's going to be a tough one. So this is going to be tough for the JackJumpers. But without Chris Golding, I think that the advantage does go to them. Now, they're going to need some guys to stand up. Some of those players like Milton Doyle, for how you guard him for them rather than how he's going to score. But he's going to be a big factor for Melbourne United. But it's the Ben Ayres and some of those other ones on the JackJumpers that may be that missing link.
Derek, you've done this before. You've gone and played against a former team. What would be going through the mind as we take a look at Tiger Campbell with a hairstyle that we can both be very jealous of? But right, what would be going through the mind of Milton Doyle right now?
Well, right now he wants to come out and prove a point to the JackJumpers. You want to show that whatever transpired and not getting him back into this lineup, he wants to show them that they're wrong and that he can lift his game to a higher level, which I believe he is perfectly suited to do in this Melbourne United lineup. Shoots the ball well and at clutch moments.
So for the JackJumpers, they are at home to start the season, but then after that, a tricky start to NBL26. As we see their next 5 games, they are on the road for a period of time. So hugely important that they bank this first one at home.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be difficult on the road, and it's not just about being a home game, it's your first game. Now, they haven't been great in first games across their entire history. No, I think they won did they win their very first game at home when they played their first game here, when they came back into the competition? But just, it eases the anxiety a little bit. You've prepared for this moment, and there's going to be some nerves, and it's not necessarily reflective of how it's going to be throughout the course of the regular season.
We saw Sean McDonald on our screen as well, one of Tasmania's stars, one of the brightest young prospects in Australian basketball. He won't be playing at all this season, suffered a knee injury in the off-season representing Australia in a training camp for Australia. So hence the arrival of Tiger Campbell. Sean McDonald will be watching on all season long.
Yeah, and I like Tiger Campbell. He's a real true point guard. He's strong with the basketball. I think he's going to provide good defense from the point guard position. Just a solid signing.
We are a minute away from tip-off here at MyState Bank Arena. Kelsey Brown is courtside for us tonight for the season opener. Kels, this atmosphere is incredible.
It is incredible, Jack. So happy to be here at MyState Bank Arena. You mentioned before a great opportunity for Tasmania to get a win tonight. That's because Melbourne United will be without Chris Golding, a minor quad tear for him. He could be missing up to 2 rounds. But another one of concern coming into the game tonight is Shea Illy. He hasn't had much of a run in the preseason. He's been managed with his concussion symptoms. Does that make an impact for Melbourne United tonight?
Great work by you, Kels. It's so loud in here that we can barely hear each other talk right now. It is incredible.
I think it was relating to Chris Golding, and it certainly does. You can't just paper over a Chris Golding. He's too important to this team, and the perimeter shooting in particular.
So the fans at MyState Bank Arena stand on their feet. Referees for tonight, Chris Reed, Nico Fernandez and Ken Arick making his NBL debut. One of the best young referees in the world. He's 28 years of age, out of America. They were keen to keep him. He's come to the NBL, and why wouldn't you?
That's a great opportunity for him to develop his game and work in high-pressure environments. And Jack, I'm not sure if anyone in the league has a better home court advantage, and we're feeling it right now in anticipation of this tip-off.
Our Tron starting fives: Bryce Hamilton, David Johnson, Tiger Campbell, Will Magnay, and Josh Bannon for the JackJumpers. For Melbourne United, Tyson Walker on debut, Finn Delaney returning to the NBL, alongside Tanner Krebs, Jesse Edwards, and Milton Doyle, playing his first game against his former team. The anticipation builds. We've had player movement, we've had drama, we've had spats, but now it's time for the hoops to do the talking. And NBL 26 is underway at MyState Bank Arena. And it is the JackJumpers in possession first. David Johnson, a lights-out shooter, nice bind underneath. And an emphatic start to Tasmania's season through Will Magnay.
Andrew, I said they had to get out of the gates fast, and there's no faster way than with a Will Magnay dunk. Excellent dribble penetration by David Johnson to set him up.
We only saw Will Magnay for 13 games last year because of a fractured toe. He is now the captain of the Tasmania JackJumpers. Walker gets to the rack, a late whistle. He'll be shooting free throws.
A little nudge on the shot. Wasn't a lot in it, but a late call. It was one of those ones, I reckon if he had made it, yeah, the whistle, he might have sucked that one up, but it caused the miss and goes to the line to shoot a couple of free throws. But when you talk about Will Magnay and what he means to this team, he is going to be critical to stay healthy. I think that's an area that, if you're looking for an area of vulnerability with the JackJumpers, is that center position. You know, I know they've got some guys on there that can give you some spot minutes, but he is hard to replace.
Well, his net rating over the past couple of seasons has been through the roof, in the top 5 each season. Now, granted, he doesn't play 20-plus games per season on average, but you can't deny the fact that he is one of the most impactful players in the competition, and a local big, which even increases his value more.
Well, they also lost Archie Woodhill, who's been a development player. He's got an ankle issue and could be out for the season. Well, that's not the case, but they're going to have to perhaps go searching if it is.
Johnson top of the key. Tanner Krebs out there starting tonight in place of Chris Golding. Johnson goes to work early on him. And the length of Jesse Edwards, the 7-footer. An early issue for the JackJumpers. You can see that wingspan there. That is such an easy find, and he misses from underneath. Now Tyson Walker with a mismatch of his own. Shot clock at 6 for Tanner Krebs. And the JackJumpers head to their end through Hamilton. Look at that! Wow. That is something to get excited about for NBL 26.
So smooth, early offense in transition, hits him with a left-to-right crossover, and leaves him on his hip.
An uncharacteristic defensive breakdown. Looked like that they were icing the sideline on ball, but the guy going the screener was too high.
Well, your first priority has got to be to protect the straight line drive.
We will talk a lot about Bryce Hamilton tonight and across the season. A flat-out scorer. Delaney, monstered by Magnay. Just gobbled him up. Johnson drives. He'll be shooting 2, but a fast, lively start from the home team.
And Andrew, I saw this in the blitz firsthand. A lot of attention was on Bryce Hamilton. As we see, he rightfully deserves that attention with a beautiful move. But that allows David Johnson to do a lot of action with the ball also, because Hamilton is so selfless out there on the floor. So there's going to be a lot of space throughout the season for Johnson to do what we've seen him do early in these possessions.
24 years of age, David Johnson out of Kentucky. A 42% three-point shooter across his G League career. He's going to sneak up on a few people. So much discussion about Bryce Hamilton and his ability to score. David Johnson has got plenty of offensive weapons of his own.
Second round pick in the NBA draft as well.
Melbourne couldn't get the ball in time.
Well, we've seen that plague them before.
We're only a couple of minutes in Early momentum with the JackJumpers.
Dean Vickman does not look like he's only a couple of minutes in. Looks like he's a couple of months into it.
Got that furrowed brow already, the Melbourne United coach.
Oh, he discontinued his dribble.
Yeah.
Hamilton 3 on the shot clock from the mid-range.
So, Andrew, you can see that Tasmania is focused on that middle cylinder on ball, and they're getting good usage out of it and productive results right there. They were able to force a mismatch, which led to a pushing foul on Magne as he went for an offensive rebound.
Some early concerns for Melbourne United on the defensive end. JackJumpers are able to play bully ball and get to the bucket. Oh, gee, that's way off.
Johnson cleans it up, though.
And another breakdown for Melbourne United. So, not the best first couple of minutes for them on the defensive end.
Nice pass inside for Delaney. And then Edwards puts the lid on it.
That's a great way to settle it. A little short roll action into the lob. Nice pass there by Delaney.
Nice foul by Jesse Edwards. Let's get over to Kelsey, courtside.
A great start to David Johnson in this game, but he almost didn't get up for it. News out of the camp was that he was sick all week. Mark Radford said that he came back from being sick. He'd missed 2 trainings, and he came back and he trained better than he's ever seen a sick person train. So a great start for him.
Not quite the flu game, but
no,
it is a good comeback.
Yeah. Now, this is an area that Drew 58% from the free throw line. He made some good strides forward in the off-season last year. Apparently, he had a bloke just giving him a few pointers along the way in one, what is it, Derek Rucker basketball, what is it called?
Yeah, that's it, Andrew.
D-Ruck basketball or whatever the services you provided. It did seem to do some good things for him.
Did you charge him for that, or was that just some friendly advice?
No, just looking after a fellow colleague.
I feel like there might have been an invoice at some stage. 9-4 JackJumpers. First quarter, opening night of NBL 26, rookie round here in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Doyle swings to Finn Delaney with his feet set. Edwards gets after it, keeps it alive for Illy. Melbourne reload, Doyle in familiar surroundings.
Yeah, the first foul, Will. Everyone to back.
Holding foul on Will Magne on the box out.
3, 2, 4. Go, guys.
Now, each of the bigs has one personal foul.
Shea Illy coming in and just flying for those offensive boards. He taking some help, taking himself on the glass.
The way that Shea Illy is built. He's dealt with concussion issues in the off-season. First play out there, puts his head in the hole. Edwards scores.
Magna may have gotten away with his second foul, but right away, Andrew, you can see Jesse Edwards' length is going to be a serious problem as Campbell absolutely loses Walker.
Familiar face with ball in hand. Finn Delaney back in the NBL this season. After a couple of seasons away, travels there.
That's the classic pull the chair out from him, and he's looking for that contact, Finn Delaney, and it wasn't there. Good defense. See here, he's backing him down, contact. Then he just steps away. Didn't get that resistance, forced the travel.
And there'll be plenty of opportunity this season for Finn Delaney to show if he's improved his offensive game, someone who we've expected a lot from, but probably haven't seen his best yet in the NBL, Andrew.
2-year deal with Melbourne United for Finn Delaney. Spent the last couple of years in Spain and Japan. This is Josh Bannon, also on a 2-year deal from Brisbane, now playing with Tasmania. His first look doesn't count. Delaney for another look. Loose ball gathered by Hamilton. So smooth once again.
Excellent Euro step, finishes with his right hand. Andrew, you can see already that this guy has a great knack for scoring the basketball.
Dash Daniels getting ready to check in to see some early minutes.
Krislovic back out, this time it's Shea Illy. Melbourne a little off on the 3-ball early.
Both teams.
Got Walker in the corner. That counts.
Well, they are off from deep, Jack. You're correct. but they've got 6 offensive rebounds in less than 5 minutes.
1 of 6 from 3, Melbourne United, 0 of 2. Now the JackJumpers. It's back to a 2-point game. 5 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Magnay goes straight through the middle of Crystal here.
Well, very good friends off the court. And Magnay looks at Krislovic in the eyes, says, "You can't guard me."
And here is Dash Daniels joining the NBL's Next Star program, which has been the launching pad for so many young Australian and international basketball stars. Yeah. It's a very familiar surname to Australian basketball fans. And now Dash gets his opportunity as a teenager.
Yeah, he does. And these teenagers that are coming in, they have such lofty expectations because we saw what happened with LaMelo Ball. We saw what happens with Josh Giddey. And to think that they're going to have that type of impact is unrealistic. So he's still a very young man. In fact, doesn't have to go in the draft next season, right? But depending on how he goes.
And why you said it's unrealistic, yes, as Doyle pulls up for it too, it is unrealistic, but it's possible.
Absolutely, it's possible.
And that's the beauty of the Next Stars program, correct?
100%, and it's shown its worth.
Johnson.
Oh, that's a smooth stroke.
I was about to say exactly the same thing. Good
I told you
extension.
before the game he could shoot the ball nicely.
Good rotation.
Those numbers don't lie. Meanwhile, at the other end, Fabian Krislovic misses everything.
And this is awkward.
Fresh Tasmanian air.
Hey, it's awkward right now in here because the crowd want to boo him for that one. As we look at the Amy replay, Ben Air does a good job, and you see how quickly he got up into that release. Nice stroke there. David Johnson.
He's got 7 points early. Tasmania's leading scorer, the leading scorer in the game. Tyson Walker has 5 for Melbourne United. Bannon trying to get back to his left hand. Nice D from Krislovic. Made life difficult.
And Andrew, I think we get our first look what the JackJumpers look like without Magnay on the floor, with Majuk Dang coming in and playing some 5 now.
Here is Dash Daniels. And reset through Doyle. Shot clock at 5. Little push from Bowen. Offensive rebound from the teenager. He will not be overawed playing against men. He's been doing it for a few years now. Doyle crosses over. Late shot clock. Rebound, Majuk Deng.
Tasmania outstanding on the defensive end right now. They've got Melbourne United shooting at only 25% as Bannon lets one fly from deep. Cash money, Josh Bannon.
Wow. Little hitch in his shot, but still able to knock it down. He's been one of the key signings in the off-season for the Jackies.
They're on the move. Here's Nick Marshall. Another of their signings, former Adelaide 36er. Back out to Ben Air.
2 good looks there. United get off the hook.
Ooh, push. Now it is 2 good looks down the other end from 2 guys that won championships in the off-season. Ben Air with the Sandringham Sabres. And, of course, Nick Marshall doing some good work over in New Zealand, winning a championship in their NBL.
It is the new season, but don't forget the NBL app. Well, it's actually better than it's ever been before. You can switch between the NBL, the NBL 1, the WNBL. It is the ultimate hoops hub. You can track the teams, explore the player profiles, live scores, highlights, beautiful new sleek design. That's got everything you need. You can download it now at the App Store or via Google Play.
My word. And functioning a little bit more slicker on the Android base as well.
Oh, you're one of those guys,
Yeah, he is.
I'm just
You
saying.
looked at his phone, Jack?
Last year there was just a little delays, but not more.
Bryce Hamilton, 4 points early on 2 of 3.
One thing early to keep our eye on is how these coaches use their benches. They're unsure, Andrew, as we get it early into the season. James, what happened with Dang?
Magnay blocked by Krislovic. A little win for Melbourne. Daniels on the move. Magnay drags in another rebound as Tyson Walker and Ben Air are starting to get acquainted with each other. Little push from Hamilton counts. He's got 6 points.
So smooth, and United make a team defensive error by allowing him to get on his left hand so easily into a little push shot, and he feels like he can get the ball off Wilson.
Daniels drives and scores. Impressive from the next start.
He's aggressive.
No, he is, and 10 players already Dean Vickerman's had a look at in this first quarter. And that's because of the energy that he wants to play at. He wants those fresh bodies in because he wants to play at that breakneck pace.
Good King soaking up as much of the shot clock as he can. Foul by Daniels. Melbourne United not too pleased with it.
Well, the DNA says defensive confidence, and he thought he got that one clean. His brother Dyson of the Atlanta Hawks in the NBA is so adept at getting steals off of players, but Dash may be slightly more advanced at the same time in both the developments. Hard to say.
I think Dash's shooting technique is a little funky, but he may have a bit more upside at this same age than what. But you're splitting hairs, really.
Apologies, Dyson. Nobody likes to hear that their younger brother might be a little bit more advanced than them at certain stages of their career.
I think across the both of them, I think it's really even. But in certain areas, you know, he gives pluses and minuses here or there. But
Nick Marshall takes care of both.
But Andrew, isn't it amazing with both of us being such offensive-minded players that two brothers have such a defensive prowess and an elite ability on that end?
Yeah, it is. And that's the athleticism. That's a moving screen on Finn Delaney. And Finn Delaney will get the foul, but Walker just needs to be a touch more patient.
Correct.
In fact, I think Finn Delaney was just trying to go screen it, but he was so quick, Walker, in going off early. Got the moving screen on Delaney.
6 points for Bryce Hamilton. Magnate's been busy early as well, has 4. Doyle saw it coming.
And that's an
It
example.
might have saved Fabian Krislovic from being on a poster in the first quarter.
Well, I'm saying that's what happens when you haven't played a lot of time together. Like normally you just lob that up there.
He threw the wrong type of pass to him.
Instead, he tried to make it a direct pass.
22-15, the JackJumpers leading Melbourne United. A minute 22 remaining in this first quarter. Tangerine timeout. Scott Roth back again, championship winning coach with the Tasmania JackJumpers. And Kelsey caught up with him pre-game.
Scott, coming into your 5th season at the helm of the JackJumpers, how do you feel coming into NBL26?
I feel great. I lost 20 pounds.
Bryce Hamilton is a prolific scorer. He's been touted as potentially being an all-first NBL caliber player. What are you looking at from him tonight and throughout the rest of the season?
Well, obviously that's just the hype of whatever they want to build him in to be. He's a jack jumper. He'll play the right way, and we expect all of our guys to do the right thing, and he's no different.
Lost 20 pounds in the off-season.
I wonder if that was Ozempic or just a good calorie deficit.
Steady on. So people can lose weight naturally, you know.
That's correct.
Well, have you seen? Apparently, Charles Barkley's been on some of that. Have you seen him lately? My goodness, he's just
doing wonders for people.
Gotta say, Ozempic was not on my first quarter bingo card for the season opener, but here we are.
But if you look at this first quarter, Jack, right now, if Scott Roth could copy and paste this performance from his team, he would take it. They have really done a number on the defensive end on United. And, you know, the shooting numbers are poor from United, and the JackJumpers have done a good job of looking after the basketball.
Last season, Tasmania number 10 in the competition for points for and offensive rating.
Oh, boy.
There's a malfunction out of the timeout. JackJumpers with a bonus possession. Hamilton inside for Magnate. They've made him a priority. And again, Krislovic just does enough defensively. Milton Doyle, 1 of 4 in this first quarter. Swings to Delaney. They left him open. Third time lucky, he hurts them.
well, he needed it. He was 0 for 3 before that. But you can hear Dean Vickerman. He's right in front of us, and he was encouraging to let it fly. Really good defense by Tom Wilson. Got over the top of the screen, able to intimidate. Oh, Delaney on the transition. That's the blueprint that Melbourne United are looking for.
They've got it back to a 2-point game, Melbourne. Final minute of this first quarter. Marshall misses off the finger roll. The shot clock's been switched off. They are finishing this first term very strongly, Melbourne United. Doyle with a hand in the face. Buries one and silences MyState Bank Arena. New colours, same Milton Doyle, and it's Melbourne who lead at quarter time, 23-22 in the Hungry Jacks season opener at MyState Bank Arena. A high-scoring and fast first quarter in the NBL season opener at MyState Bank Arena. Melbourne United leading 23-22. Derek Rucker and Andrew Gaze with us. And sadly, during the week, Australian basketball lost a beautiful young lady in Tiana Mungakai here, whose courage and humility and her personality inspired us all. And as her family so wonderfully said, Tiana was a shining light who touched the lives of everyone she met with her kindness, her strength, and her warmth. She fought until she could no longer fight, and she did it with grace and with courage. Tiana, may you rest in peace, and may you fly high forever.
Yeah, well said, Jack. And condolences to everyone.
Sold out crowd at MyState Bank Arena. It is loud inside this venue. Doyle draining the last three of that first quarter. Loose ball falls Tasmania's way. David Johnson with 7 points on 2 of 3 from the field. This time finds a nice spot. He's got some tools.
I've been very impressed with Tasmania's offensive execution. Now, they haven't finished as well as they should have, but it's been sharp.
Lead by 1. No Chris Golding tonight. If you have just joined us for Melbourne United, missing with a quad issue, should be out for a couple of weeks. Jesse Edwards, the 7-footer, reels it in, knocked out of the hands by Majuk Deng. The hero of their championship run a couple of years ago. Johnson fouled. in the act of shooting three. And he will step to the line.
And Johnson, no hesitancy in getting those three balls up. He's got a quick release. And right there, Doyle unfortunately commits a foul in the process of shooting that three-pointer.
No, it's an impressive start through the field. 3 of 4 from the field.
Be careful what you ask for.
And perfect from the three-point line. And there's a smoothness about him. There's a body language. He just got that clear understanding that he knows what's going on, both on and off the ball.
This guy, as you said, pick number 47 in the 2021 NBA draft with Toronto. Played a couple of games there. First overseas contract. So a new experience for him. I think he settled pretty quickly.
I'm playing hard. He's got one.
Yeah, he's a scorer. He's another one coming from those big programs as well. Played at Louisville.
Shea Ely flies up the floor. Didn't see him during the preseason. Has had some concussion-related battles of his own, but great to see him fit and firing it out there tonight. Two-time Defensive Player of the Year. Speaking of fit, Finn Delaney looks super fit and super aggressive.
You're right, Jack, and he's worked on his body in the offseason. He looks a little bit slimmer in the upper body, and I think that's key for the longevity. But as I said, Andrew, Dean Vickerman would love to see him progress on the offensive end. And in this game already, he's shown a decent level of aggression. 2 of 5 from the field.
Yeah, that is aggressive. The minutes that he's playing, he's in attack mode. But pretty much everyone's in attack mode right now. It's a step up from where he's been the last couple of seasons playing in Japan. The level of intensity, he can't just play the bully ball like he...
Well, he's got big shoes to fill also, replacing essentially Jack White.
Hamilton adds in 2 more. Just go back to the Finn Delaney thing, Drew. What's the difference between the way that the game's played in Japan versus Australia?
Well, they're getting a lot more physical in Japan. There's a foul. Shea Ely, another one in that attack mode, gets to the rim. But he's got a size advantage in that league. And he can go down in the box. He can rise up above players. And here you can't do that. That's not necessarily transferable. You're dealing with some high-level imports in Japan as well, but gee whiz, right here, I reckon we're just as high level these days.
And Dean Vickerman, past few possessions, has utilized that early terror screen, and it's caused Tasmania some problems on that last one. Ely was able to split it and get to the rack. Tasmania need to tighten up on their ball screen coverage and transition.
I think both teams are having some problems with the on-ball screen and how they're going to contain it.
Doyle needs to get this thing in. Tasmania by 3. Really left that one short. Nice deep from Josh Bannon. That should be over a back. Contentious one. He waited half a second, Tyson Walker. He wasn't sure whether to grab the ball or not. Let's take another look.
Tough one here, Drew.
Controlled? They're saying it's controlled.
I didn't think that was controlled, but the new referee, Ken Arick, felt that it was.
You heard Breeze Carter in the background. He didn't think there was control.
No. And justice. And that should be an unsportsmanlike as well. Uh-oh, we got a problem.
Hasn't taken long for tensions to rise in the season opener.
We have an unsportsmanlike foul.
Unsportsmanlike, yes, but it wasn't intentional. It was just I think just a tripping of the...
Was it a clear path?
But that's just a terrible inbounds pass trying to get that to Bannon. I'm thinking...
And I don't think you need subtitles to decipher what Josh Bannon said.
Come on.
7 points for Finn Delaney. 7 of 9 from the line early on, Melbourne United, which last year, Drew, was a major problem for them. They were 9th in the competition when it came to shooting free throws.
Yeah, and they missed some at big moments as well. And yet they're only a beat away from winning it all, as they have been the last 2 seasons.
Grand final loss to Illawarra last season in Game 5. It was against Tasmania the season before.
Ely is getting to the rack hard.
Hamilton pulls the trigger. Got it.
This import trio is special, Andrew. I'm telling you right now, not only are they individually very good basketball players, with Hamilton perhaps being exceptional, but the chemistry and the mix of the 3 of them is what makes them all much better than what they actually even are.
Hamilton has 11, Johnson has 11. JackJumpers with a 4-point lead on their home floor tonight.
Wow!
Where did Will Magnay come from? Swatted that thing out of the air.
Oh, no.
Now the new captain. Trying some new tricks that we don't see often.
Drew, are you happy to be back?
My word, I am. This is game 1, but it's at a high level.
Edwards wants to take one back on
traveled.
Magnay. That's a travel. Got away with it.
Well, oh boy, and then Hamilton throws it away carelessly.
Twice.
Walker gets the steal and finishes with the left and 1.
It's 2 inbounds pass, which are very
One shot.
basic
One only.
plays,
Line
just
up, please.
leading to turnovers. Give Melbourne United for credit for be up and in the lanes, and the Jackies want to have a chat about it.
And justifiably so. They're doing a lot right, Tasmania, but doing a few things wrong as well. 31 apiece in this Tangerine timeout. 6 minutes 47 remaining in this second quarter. It is the opening night of the NBL 26 season. Unfortunately, it'll be a season without Sean McDonald from the Tasmania JackJumpers, but he's alongside Kelsey Brown.
Yeah, I'm here with Sean and Matt. Sean, a devastating start to your NBL 26 campaign. Where are you at with the injury? ACL in the Boomers camp. Where are we at with the progress?
Yeah, so I'm about just over a month after surgery now, so it's good to be up and walking again and seeing some small improvements day by day.
We know that Scott Roth at the start of the season said he was going to give you the keys to the team. What does your role look like now, and how do you impact this season for the Jackies?
Yeah, I think just trying to maintain leadership amongst the group. We've got a young group this year, so you know, me and Mags, who have been here since the start, have a lot of things to say and know how stuff runs. So just trying to continue to be leader and yeah, just help the boys out in any way I can.
We absolutely love what they're putting out at the moment. How have you seen the start from the import trio?
Yeah, great start. A lot of energy. Get out in transition, have a lot of fun. It'll be a good fun season to watch, that's for sure.
All the best for your rehab. We can't wait to see you back.
Thank you, appreciate it.
He's a fantastic young man, Sean McDonald, who, not for the first time, Derek has been dealt a pretty serious injury blow. It's not fair sometimes.
And I love his demeanor and the way he is continuing to maintain a positive attitude. He's such an outstanding player, Andrew. And we remember the ascendancy we saw in that championship series in 24, where he actually became the starting point guard during that series. And that gave Scott Roth the confidence to eventually give him the keys to the car.
Well, it was a very much interrupted injury season last year as well. It started off poorly at the Intercontinental Cup when over in Singapore, and had a limited season on the floor.
Bryce Hamilton is giving Melbourne all sorts of problems at the moment. Misses twice there, but it's the ease that he's getting to the basket, Derek, that would be concerning Melbourne.
The combination of strength, quickness, and control, Andrew, is what I love.
Yeah. The fact that he's not going to miss those very often.
Doyle stepping back. Audacious 3-ball. Nicely done by Chris Levick. The two former JackJumpers combined. Ooh. Doyle gets to work. And Delaney takes care of the rest.
Well, after a shaky start, Finn Delaney is going to work. 12 points, 4 of 7 from the field. To go along with 5 boards. He has been impressive.
Now, someone needs to give Tyson Walker the list of NBL instigators because Ben Air, yeah, he's in the top 3, no doubt. I don't want to do a list for that, but Tyson Walker has to understand not to get caught up in that. You're too important to the team.
It's actually an appropriate team that Ben Ayres landed on because he is an angry Ayres, and he scores. He will get up in their faces, but when it's his turn offensively, he's always got something to offer. Crosses over from the southeast Melbourne Phoenix. Kyle Bowen's push, he's left short. Hamilton to Johnson. We're going to be saying that a lot this season. Airstrips Krislovic. Swift hands. Johnson, bottom of the net. He's shooting the lights out in his Tasmanian debut.
The ease that Hamilton and Johnson are getting around the basketball court and dictating the terms is a concern for Melbourne United, and Dean Vickerman understands it.
Yeah, and here it is, the steal by Ben Ayres. Good hands, they were teammates at Sandringham Sabres, and then just kicks it to him. That's wide open. That's a shooting drill for a very good, fundamentally sound shooter, and it's nothing but the bottom of the net. 14 points, 4 or 6 from the field, and if it was Peter Hawley that said that he thinks he's found an early season MVP candidate, I see he might actually have done his homework.
Well, we saw it with David Johnson in the second Blitz game, Derek. 25 points, 6 made threes in that second performance. The first game he was a little quiet. And then based off what we're seeing tonight as well, the JackJumpers have got one here.
But I like the fact that all 3 of them are not hoggish with the basketball. There doesn't seem to be a lot of ball stopping in the course of the offense being executed. Granted, it's only early days, but right now, Scott Ross would have to be really pleased with what he sees, especially with that scoring output of Johnson and Hamilton, who have combined for 25 already.
It was a Melbourne United timeout. Some concerns from Dean Vickerman. What did he have to say, Kelsey Brown?
Yeah, well, he's concerned about the 3 ball from the Jackies. He said we're giving up way too many from deep, and he spoke to their 4s. He said their guards are getting downhill way too much. They need to get much more aggressive in defense.
Nicely done, Kels. JackJumpers lead it by 2. Daniels back out on the floor. Alongside Walker, Bowen, Krislovic and Krebs for the JackJumpers. Magnay, Ayres, Johnson. Majuk Deng's out there too. And Anthony Drimic getting his first look of the season. Stolen by Ayres. Oh, Magnay tries to flush it and can't. Walker surveys the floor and assesses all the available options. 8 points in his first outing with Melbourne United. He pulls up. Krislovic back out for Tanner Krebs.
Well, you love those, Andrew. Yep. Offensive rebound, the ball comes back out to you from just underneath the hoop. Line those laces up and let it rip.
28 years of age now, Tanner Krebs. A Hobart native, born and bred here. Playing some nice basketball with Melbourne United. Davis Johnson
taking on all comers.
Well, throwing the rookie on Johnson at this stage shows the confidence that Dean Vickerman has. Now, I don't know if there was a switch or not. I don't know. The Daniels are renowned for their D, but that's tough for the young fella.
Here is Dash Daniels. No good on his 3 ball. Offensive rebound and hustle from Bowen. David Johnson has 16 points, and that's now 6 rebounds. And we're not even at half-time. And Magnate with the size and the strength advantage over Krislovic, who walls up. There'll be a block on Anthony Drimic.
And Walker looks like he may have taken a cork as he gets up a little bit slowly. Drimic right in there.
Let's go, guys. Line up.
Great.
We know what his MO is.
Without the ball,
Be
it's a
physical,
turnover right there. I
cause
understand.
problems, get underneath the opponent's skin.
There's another look on the replay. Wasn't there in time. And this is the NBL season opener, but in a couple of weeks' time, Australian basketball history is going to be made. seasons come to play, Melbourne United and Southeast Melbourne. And the great news is there are limited, and I mean limited, tickets remaining for this series for the first time in Australian history, October 2 to 5. Tickets available at Ticketek.
Looking forward to that one.
Yeah. Get a chance to test him on our soil now.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming. An NBA team will be here in Australia very soon. Bryce Hamilton takes his tally up to 13 points.
Landra, quite clear. If you let him get onto that left hand, he is extremely problematic.
It's a nice way of saying it, I think. Bowen, little dump off for Chris Levick. Nice offense, Melbourne. They take the lead back.
What a game already.
I know, I was about to say the same. First game, and this is some high quality stuff.
Well, it gets back to my point, Andrew. There are no bad teams in the league this year. And it's going to be so tight.
It tends to be when these two play no bad games.
Right. As Majuk Dang introduces himself to the score sheet.
Hamilton got a hand on it. And then takes care of things. The 22nd meeting between these two teams. Tasmania won 13 of the Melbourne 8. 2 wins apiece last season. Drimmick gets after it.
That is just Scott Roth just be applauding that, because that is just straight out hustle by Drimmick, and the will to get after it. Outstanding.
We got it first.
And we've grown accustomed to a fantastic, brilliant Bryce and Cotton. Well, you might have to get used to another one, because Hamilton looks like he can do anything he wants to do out there on that floor.
6 of 11 from the field. David Johnson, the leading scorer in the game, has 16 for Melbourne United. Finn Delaney, not on the floor at the moment, has 12. Tyson Walker, also off the court, has 10. 2 3-point attempts from Will Magna in the first half.
Yep.
I'm not sure how many we saw for all of last season. Doyle got to a nice spot. Can't cash in though. 2 of 9. Milton Doyle. He's returned to My State Bank Arena. Drimmick off with his 3. Melbourne United get the ball back 1:20 before halftime.
Dean Vickerman wants a timeout, but you don't have any left, Coach.
Just forgotten
My
the count.
fault. I don't know what to tell you.
1 + 1.
He was angry when he called the last one, so he may not have realised he called it. That looked like a lot of contact on the drive as well. And still stays with it. Edwards, that is a big frame, real athletic, long. He is going to be a handful.
7 foot Jesse Edwards. 7'3" wingspan.
Well, you're going to kind of need a guy like that, aren't you? With JaVale McGee coming in with the champs.
Wow. Been air, knowing that. Well, I don't know what he thought Scott Roth wanted there, but I don't think that was part of the equation.
No.
Just ran Shea Illy out of bounds unless...
I think he might have thought they had a foul to give. That looked like he was going out there to stop the transition and just didn't understand that they...
Oh, maybe he was cooked.
Shea Illy almost ended up in the car park. Back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year. He's the sort of player, Shea Illy, that every team would want one of.
Yeah, 100%.
Gives 100% effort 100% of the time.
And an elite defender.
Here it is.
Great hustle. You have to be careful against Shea Illy as you approach the half-court line. He's really intelligent, has great timing on when to lunge and reach for basketballs, and he almost caught the JackJumpers then.
Yeah, for sure. They're having a look at this one. Not sure whether
I thought it was Melbourne basketball.
The officials And the ball back to Tiger Campbell. JackJumpers ball. Doyle goes down in back play. Scoreless in this first half, Tiger Campbell. Until now.
And that's his role. He doesn't have to score a lot of points. He just needs to lead this offense. Ooh. And get timely buckets.
Melbourne United with the final possession of the first half. In a seesawing contest. Doyle hurt them on the quarter-time buzzer. Oh. He wants to do it again. Woo! He crosses over Majuk Deng. And once again, you can hear a pin drop inside this place.
Well, that's what Milton Doyle does. He is a clutch player who can always sense the moment. And my, did he sense it right then? Absolutely snapping Majuk Deng in half as that little step-back jumper goes down, Drew.
Yeah, well, that's the familiarity they have with it. You know, you've been playing with the guy, you practiced against him for the last few years, knew he had the advantage.
Let's get over to Kelsey Brown.
Yeah, I'm here with Finn Delaney. Finn, you've got to be happy with that offensively in the first half. 47 points for the team. How are you finding it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a big half to come. I think we're a little loose. We knew things were going to be up and down. It's opening night. There's always anticipation in that, but yeah, it's good to be out here with the boys.
What do you think Dean Vickerman will have to say in the half to break out?
Yeah, I think there's a lot defensively we can get better at, just loose, about coverages and things, finishing plays, but effort I think is good, but yeah, tightening up.
Great basketball at the moment. Enjoy the second half.
Thank you.
It's halftime of the season opener in the Hungry Jacks NBL. High quality basketball here in the Apple Isle. Melbourne United lead the JackJumpers by 1. Don't go anywhere, the boys will break it down at halftime.
And now for their halftime show, please welcome back the Innova Dental Jump Squad. Yeah, nice start for the Innova Dental Jump Squad entertaining us here on a Thursday night at My State Bank Arena. This season's scores are bigger and brighter thanks to Innova Dental, the proud new presenting partner of the Jump Squad. Healthy smiles start here.
You think you've got the moves to join Innova Dental Jump Squad at their dance workshop these school holidays on Monday the 6th of October.
We are going bucket for bucket at My State Bank Arena. NBL opening night off to a flyer. A 1-point lead in rookie round to Melbourne United, and they did it on the stroke of halftime by that man, Milton Doyle. That is a shot that this crowd knows all too well, except now they're on the receiving end of it.
Yeah, it's been a spectacular first half overall, and Milton Doyle, those buzzer beaters have been the difference. And you know, we go break down the stats and you go through it all, but both teams playing at a super high intensity. The defense has been off the charts, but even with that, you see the scoreline with the pace with both teams that are playing at. It's been an outstanding start to the season.
It certainly has, and both teams have guys that are playing at a very high level. The two imports for Tasmania, Hamilton and Johnson, are really getting off, but let's look at some of these highlights, Felix.
Well, it's Finn Delaney, CG43, out of the lineup, unfortunately with injury. Enter Finn Delaney. He was dominant in that first half for Melbourne United, and along with Milton Doyle, he was the difference for him.
Well, that's right, Finn Delaney. He got off to a slow start, 0-3, 0-4, and was just trying to find his way, but unbelievably aggressive out on the court. He's got the 7 field, 4 of 7, good shooting, and in fact, 0-3 start, because he's reeled him off from then on the boards with 5 rebounds, got the 12 points, and it's indicative of the whole team. Second chance points, 14-2 in favour of Melbourne United, and that's because they've done the work on the glass where they lead that category, and some of those deflections and interceptions and have allowed them to come up with some big buckets.
Well, the Blackmore stats don't tell the full story about Delaney, because he really showed out from the start that he was going to be aggressive, he was going to attack the basket, he was looking for his shot, and I believe that had a positive effect for the rest of the Melbourne United team.
Hey, Derek, we spoke about it in the pre-game, and we said that the import lottery, we reckoned that Tassie might have nailed it, and boy, have they showed up, both Hamilton and Johnson, big time in this first half.
They have, and look at those numbers, as we look at the Blackmore stats, they've got 29 points between them, Andrew, and they're doing at a very efficient clip. In fact, I'd want them to shoot the basketball more the way they're going. Go out there and be more aggressive. And I thought Hamilton did a great job of getting to the basket. He's super creative. He's also patient. He is going to be a big-time problem.
It is. He's got that quick first step and he can get to the rim. And I think the combination of the two, of the 3, in fact,
oh, now you like Campbell?
I like them all. I think they all can play. And I think the combination really works when you got alongside Will Magnay, can fill up the paint, and those peripheral players on the perimeter. It's a lethal combination, and what they do well, and it's fundamental these days, is they work a pick and roll. They can score out of the pick and roll, and they aren't doing it against some schmucks out there. This is one of the best defensive teams as we've seen over the last 5 to 10 years. So this is an impressive debut by these imports.
They are cutting through, and they got similar haircuts as well. They're both doing very much similar things. Derek, Tassie right now have got one of the hardest starts to the season. It is imperative for them that they get this win at home to begin.
Well, that's why I picked them, Andrew, to win this basketball game, because I felt they would be more driven. After this, they are at Perth, at Illawarra, at Brisbane, a place where they don't necessarily play that well, and then at the absolute juggernaut, the Adelaide 36ers, before going home to take on the Sydney Kings. What? Look at that. That is tough. They better get this game tonight.
Hey, Milton Doyle, they brought him in because they couldn't rely on just CG43 late game. It looks like the way we're going, he's going to need to come up big down the stretch. Is he capable of doing it for Melbourne United this year?
Yeah, I think so. You saw the big buckets at the end of the quarters. We've already seen it, and big moments is when he steps up. Now, like we said, the numbers last year is below 40% from the field, but in those big moments, he is a big-time player. And you need those guys.
And I'm sure there's mutual love between this crowd and Milton Doyle, but Milton Doyle would love to send these people home really, really sad tonight, Felix.
Hey, you gave us Scott Roth's whiteboard pre-game. What's it saying at halftime?
Well, it's saying that they are not controlling the glass. Melbourne United are destroying them. Melbourne United have 14 offensive rebounds, and that's contributing to those second champ point that you've been talking about, Andrew.
Yeah, well, the whiteboard has, I thought it would be, is tempo, and Melbourne United are pushing it. They're exploding. They're running in waves. It's not just one or two guys. It puts enormous pressure on your defensive transition, and they were able to do that, like we said on the whiteboard before the start of the game, because they are dominating the glass and exploding out of that.
Action-packed first half, a 1-point lead for Melbourne United. Can those men fight their way back into this one and take it out on home court to tip off NBL 26?
Just about ready to go for the third quarter here in the NBL season opener. Tomorrow night, the big games just keep coming. The New Zealand Breakers are going back to the future to take on the Brisbane Bullets, who have got Jalen Adams in their lineup. And that man on screen, the AFL might be big in Brisbane this weekend, but JFL is going to be huge for the Brisbane Bullets in NBL 26. Javon Freeman-Liberty makes his Bullets debut tomorrow night.
I like it, Jack, and he is a prolific scorer and someone who the Bullets are going to need to provide consistent offense. And of course, Parker Jackson Cartwright leading a revamped Breakers lineup should be a great one.
Rookie round here in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Great way to start the season. Doyle travels.
Got caught in the air. He's looking for the pass into Edwards. One thing I did notice in that first half, it seems as though the officials are allowing a lot more contact off the ball. They're not calling those little holes, and becomes a bit of a war off the ball.
Yeah, real wrestling match.
Yeah.
They're grappling away from the ball.
Johnson denied by Edwards.
Nice.
That is what he's out there to do, Jesse Edwards. Protect the rim. Krebs with his feet set. Long on the 3 ball.
Looks like Johnson took one in the upper sternum or chin, somewhere in that region.
Campbell glides. Edwards got another one. Back-to-back rejections from Jesse Edwards.
He's really dominating inside. Catches Johnson there. That leads to a fast break opportunity, and that was even easier. You have to be real decisive and shrewd about how you attack the rim when Edwards is in the paint, Andrew.
Yeah, you got to almost go at him. Go at the body of him to give yourself a chance. If he's got that separation, that's just too much size.
That's good in theory, Andrew, but not every player gets the calls that you used to get.
4 years at Syracuse
Not
for Jesse Edwards.
Getting a call. It's about getting separation. So you go into the body and kick the arm out and just kiss it off the glass.
Just getting the court all fixed up and ready to go. Player safety always at a premium here in the NBL. Here are some of our Hungry Jacks rookie round fans who are here tonight. Some future hoopers out there. We celebrate those who are playing the game at all levels.
I need a t-shirt, Jack.
You always want something, don't you? Is it not enough to just be here tonight? You've got to get a freebie out of it too. And Bannon retrieves the ball.
Shot clock beat it.
Well, it was never getting to the rim because Edwards sent it right the first throw anyway.
He was hoping that that shot clock didn't expire because it would have been another block to his personal tally.
He's got 2 already, Jesse Edwards. He may end up with a few more if he's in this sort of mood. 47-46, Melbourne United leading on opening night.
It's a good matchup.
Krebs from super deep.
And we've seen him have the capability of doing this. He can get hot. Shoots that ball very well from deep.
Wow. Hamilton over the top of the 7-footer.
We're seeing it all now. He's crafty around the rim. Can shoot it. Good combination.
It just seems like he's got time, Drew. It seems like he's just got that extra split second.
They both do.
Edwards had the seal and the finish over Magnay.
One of the areas where Milton Doyle is really underrated is his passing. Does a good job of getting the ball to the bigs in the right positions with the right type of pass.
3 assists for for Milton Doyle to go with his 7 points. JackJumpers have to go to plan B here. Play's broken down. That's always an option. Bannon for Magnay.
So difficult to determine who has the upper hand in this game, Andrew. It's a real back and forth with a number of lead changes already. Teams playing exceptionally hard.
A lot of similarities about the style of play of both these teams and the way in which they're using the on-balls, trying to get out in transition, and even in the half-court set. A lot of similarities. Oh, that's right.
Every day of the week.
Here we go.
Magnay is arguing that it was going to be short, but even still, if it was going to be short, the ball had begun its downward flight.
Well, it still has to have a chance to go in,
but I think the referees,
it could have
hit the front of the rim.
I think it probably was going to miss, but you can't categorically say it was.
Wow. Points will count. Hamilton got a little caught up.
I'd like to have another look at this one.
Well, this is the sort of contact I'm talking about that I think previously in seasons gone by, certainly in recent history.
We see this. Does it come off of Edwards?
Look, there's a little bit of contact at the screen, and then also...
Here comes Edwards. Wow. Does a lap and jumps out. I thought he was stuffing that one for sure.
Or it should have.
Yeah.
Bannon burrows in and the JackJumpers ball. 11 on the shot clock. Kelsey Brown, courtside.
We've seen a couple of Melbourne United players that used to play for the Jackies in Doyle and Krislovic, but one to mention is the assistant coach, Jack Fleming. He was the assistant coach at the Jackies last year, and I spoke to Doyle before the game. He said scouting this one was very fun with the three of them. No doubt Jack Fleming will have a bit to say in the second half too.
Red comes prepared as well. Hamilton with the block. Walker with the miss from close range.
That was hurt himself.
Campbell pulls up for three.
What a play phase.
Looks like Hamilton has a cramp.
Well, that's a 5-point play. Krebs was a 2-on-1 situation, and he just took it to the rim. He could have dropped it off, decided to go. He gets blocked straight down the other end. It's a 3-ball. This is the one.
What's the landing there for Bryce Hamilton on the Amy replay?
It's a good block.
It's a great block. And then Campbell shows you his 3-ball. Knocks down his first of his NBL career as Hamilton will have to sit down.
Nick Marshall checks back into the game.
What's that?
Cramps, Drew, early in the season. We've been there.
Pickle juice. What was it?
Yeah, pickle juice.
That'll sort you out.
Drew would get a cramp walking from the car to our little room here at My State Bank Arena. He went lactic.
A little bit cold.
Single figures in the shot clock for Doyle. Slips over. Delaney.
Could have shot that one.
Magnay saw it coming. Now they might have a look at this.
Pushes him in the back.
So the foul is on Marshall, not Magnay. So perhaps Scott Roth will keep his powder dry on the coach's challenge.
And when you see the defensive importance of Will Magnay right there, Melbourne United had a good advantage, but Magnay does a good job right there of just stunting and then recovering with excellent athleticism. And Melbourne United, I believe, are fortunate to retain possession.
Walker off the inbound.
Edwards is fierce on that offensive glass, and that length is so difficult to deal with.
They'll lead the rebound count. Melbourne United, it is an area that they're putting a priority on this season. It was an area that hurt them in the grand final series against Illawarra. So far tonight, they are crashing the glass. Jesse Edwards blocks Campbell this time. Bannon from deep again.
It's not textbook the way it comes out of the hand, Andrew. But he shoots it well enough to command a bit more attention than that. Obviously, there was a double team away from the ball, but you just can't let him line it up and shoot it.
Second three of the night for Josh Bannon. And it puts Tasmania back in front. Smart from Delaney. And Tasmania think that it ricocheted back onto his leg.
Well, Johnson felt that Delaney was out of bounds as he threw the ball off of him.
And Jesse Edwards comes out of the game. Some good minutes in this third quarter. Looked as though in the first half, Gazy, maybe he's just trying to feel the pace of the game a little bit, Jesse Edwards. Better contribution. Here's Will Magnay. Sees a chance to back right down on Krislovic. Bannon draws a little bit more respect this time. Shot clock at 2.
Good defense. Good defensive set that time by Melbourne United, because they had to deal with repeated penetrations.
It's a very balanced basketball game, Andrew. Neither defense is quite dominating, and neither one of the offenses have really gained any supremacy.
Great to have your company tonight for the NBL26 season opener around the world. The Hungry Jacks NBL. Shea Ellie drains a 3-ball. Melbourne back in front.
Continues to improve as a three-point shooter. Seemingly always makes the big ones. And that one was vital.
Bannon steps out with confidence. Not that time, though. JackJumpers 6 of 15 from beyond the arc tonight. Doyle had to invent something. And he's pulled up a little awkwardly as well.
He has. Is that a calf or an ankle?
Long from Johnson. Campbell called for the foul, reaching in.
Good foul. It's going to be another transition opportunity. Fouled without making it unsportsmanlike.
Krebs will check in for Doyle, and Doyle will get looked at. Frustration on his face.
And, you know, we talked about how close this game was and all the lead changes. And it says in the first half there was 20 lead changes. To put that into context, in all 159 games played in the NBL last season, only 2 had more lead changes for the entire game.
Is that what you were working on over there?
Yeah, he went quiet for a while, Jack. When he goes quiet, he's deep in the computer.
It's not just the suburbs.
Providing some context. Might be getting a little help along the way, but I'm happy to claim it.
59-56, just claim it as your own. Happy to sit off Josh Bannon. Big rebound by Drimmick. Juk Dang also back out there. Oh, Ben Air. Nick Marshall, this is the second unit for the JackJumpers. This is Tom Wilson in his NBL return.
Well, this is unusual. You see all 3 imports not on the floor at the same time.
And they got penalized for it. Obviously, Hamilton went out of the game with a leg complaint. But right now, Tasmania find themselves down 6 for the first time in a bit more serious threat.
They've gone on a run, Melbourne, scored the last 8 points in the game and have changed things significantly. Dean Vickerman, 274th game in charge of Melbourne United, coaches at a 63% win-loss record. Let's take a listen.
When we get to walk-ups right now, we're going to take it out of the net. Let's get to circle 3s right now. All right, coming back and on your right hand. All right, either one of you 2 on the down screen, slip that thing out. Chili's coming. 5 man's in, 4 man's in corner. Have we got any short roll and cut and slide, or are you attacking the paint right now? All right, keep going. Why don't you take the rim, Fred?
Winningest and most successful coaches, won multiple championships. And right there, Andrew, one of the things that I look for is how a coach commands a huddle. And there's none better in the NBL than Dean Vickerman. If you can't command and get your players' attention, it's very hard to have sustained success in this pro game.
Let's get over to Kelsey Brown. A couple of injury concerns at the moment, Kels.
Yeah, just an update for both of them. Milton Doyle grabbed for the pickle juice too, so his was just a cramp. And Bryce Hamilton, he went back of house just for a little rub down of that calf. Both seem good to go and on their benches.
Good news for both teams. JackJumpers need a bucket. Scott Roth has stayed with that same lineup. Juk Deng almost threw it out of play. Marshall scores under pressure. Nice take, Nick Marshall.
Nick Marshall showed promise at the blitz in Canberra, but that was the blitz. This is the regular season, and now is where he needs to step up and prove that he is a legitimate NBL role player.
Absolutely, and he's teased us throughout his NBL career. At the lower levels of the NBL 1 and also in New Zealand, he has been elite. That's got to be now transferable to this level.
Super Coaches back for this season. Beat the Coach, presented by Choice Hotels. Great to have them with the NBL this season. You're going to beat Montrezl Harrell every week. If you do, you can go into the running to win a $10,000 end-of-season prize. Plus, of course, weekly prizes as well. Great shout-out to the team at Choice Hotels for joining us this season. Kristovic left that short. Well short, in fact. Wilson for Krebs.
Wow. The ring blocked him twice. that is just thinking that Edwards is out there and thinking someone was coming. 2 easy layups there, or relatively easy ones at this level.
Super aggressive Bannon.
Last touch by Majuk Deng. Josh Bannon is a really interesting one, Derek. You saw a lot of him in Brisbane over the last couple of seasons. 19 games last year with an ankle. He's just come off some Australian time as well. Looked really, really good there. He's 24 years of age. Is it time to see the potential that everyone's spoken about for so long?
It is, and you see in this game, he is going to get the opportunity. This is a great platform for him to play on. And look, he's still relatively young, but as you said, you got to start to see some signs, especially if you want to make a case for those boomers moments. And Tanner Krebs lets Tasmania off the hook 2 possessions in a row. He's had clean looks at it. Hamilton back in.
He's been here. Marshall found Josh Bannon. He's going to wind that shot clock down. Now back out to Marshall for 3. Nick Marshall ties it up at 62.
There was a switch, and Jesse Edwards needs to know he's got to get out to that when you switch.
Now it's the JackJumpers out of the timeout, but have scored the last 6 points.
Oh, that rim is doing some work for the JackJumpers.
Marshall's pass knocked out of bounds.
The rim has 3 block shots.
The rim's got 3 blocks, and the rim's got 3 blocks in the last 2 minutes. So there was the switch. So Wilson switches on, and Jesse just camped in the paint.
Last minute of this third quarter. This is an absorbing contest on opening night. They call it the Bass Strait battle, these two teams, and it has been a battle. Doyle. Guarded tightly by Air, over the top, extends. Pure class, Milton Doyle.
Good basketball both ways. Better offense from Doyle. Tough turnaround jumper.
Marshall threw it to the ankles of Hamilton, who looks good to go. As Kelsey told us, that's an extra pass.
That is a great off-the-ball movement by Deng as well.
Scores tied again. Edwards got it away in time. Or did he?
And that's 3 straight quarters with buzzer beaters by Melbourne United.
We might take a look at this one just to confirm it, but it's Melbourne who lead at 3/4 time, 66-64, or do they?
No bucket. No, sir.
Basket will not count. 64 apiece, a quarter remaining. This is where you want to be on opening night in the Hungry Jacks NBL.
All the way to the finish line. First team to get across or make the furthest distance in 60 seconds. $500 too.
Let's get it. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, glide! Oh, the one that gets the furthest is going to get $500. Thanks to Master Bank. These big fellas, look at him. He's the biggest guy I've ever seen. This is good. Oh, they're getting there. They're getting there. Let's keep going. All the way in. Whoever gets the furthest. This is Fraser. How does it feel to win $500 thanks to My State Bank? Fantastic. You're my best work. Good night. Your best poker matches. $500 thanks to My State Bank. How good.
Do you want your shot at winning on game day? It is simple. Become a MyState Bank customer for your chance to win this season, plus other amazing offers. Visit mystate.com.au/JackJumpers to find out more.
Well, it's a rivalry we've come to love in the Hungry Jacks NBL, and it wasn't disappointing for the first 3 quarters of this one here tonight. Nothing separates Melbourne United and the JackJumpers at 3-quarter time. It's 64 apiece. Gazy, Derek, what separates these two in the last 10 minutes?
Well, it's hard to say right now because it's been so much in the balance. We've had 25 lead changes. And I think the team that can just do a better job of stopping the penetration. Both teams have been able to get 2 feet in the paint, and that's hard to guard. So whoever can keep them on the perimeter is going to have the advantage.
Well, I think if Tasmania can clear the glass, Melbourne United have 19 offensive rebounds, which is a crazy stat. And whoever can get hot from the 3. Ooh.
Doyle with a crossover on Majuk Deng. And turnaround is no good.
And there's another offensive rebound there from Finn Delaney. He's fouled.
They've just been relentless on the boards, and it's not just any one player. They're all going at it. We saw when Shea Ely came into the game, he was flying all over the place to try and get no board.
Melbourne in action again on Sunday. They'll play host to the New Zealand Breakers. Tasmania, straight after this, have got to go to Perth to take on the brand new Perth Wildcats on Saturday night.
They certainly haven't gone backwards since Bryce.
They've done an outstanding job, Andrew. I think that's what you're trying to say. You're always reluctant to give credit to Perth. I understand.
You're joking. I think the Red Army have bonded.
Okay.
Doyle draws contact from Magnate.
Doyle is so snaky when slippery with the basketball. He does a great job of finding crevices and gaps in the defense. Creates advantages.
Guys, take it out, take it out. His second foul of the night only, Will Magnate. There he is on screen, who, as we mentioned earlier, has now become the captain of the Tasmania JackJumpers. Clint Steindl, who was here from day one as captain, retired at the end of last season. There was a nice video doing the rounds in the last couple of weeks of Clint handing over the captaincy. And now it's Will Magnate's turn to lead.
Yep, and they all do it in different ways. And have the big fella as the captain. It's more what you're doing both on and off the floor, but with this group, with how he can lead, they've got a lot of leaders out on the floor as well. Milton Doyle has come in with a mission. Now, he hasn't been all that successful, 4 of 15, but he's taken 15 field goal attempts against the old mob.
Yeah, 1 of 6 from the 3. He hasn't had a bad game, just hasn't shot it well.
Oh, short by Ben Air. And then Majuk Deng couldn't help it in either.
And Aaron Walker are at it. They're at it.
It's Tyson Walker's first night here in the Hungry Jacks NBL. He hails out of New York. He's come across some tough cookies in his time, but Ben Air is going to be all up in his business.
Well, obviously, Ben Air had a bad dream about him tonight, and he's trying to extract some type of vengeance right here on the floor.
And the 12 points, Tyson Walker. A little bit of space there. Here's Doyle. Denied by Magnate. Went all the way up with him and sent it out of there. Hamilton in rhythm. Woo!
Some elbow slime, Drew.
Yeah. That's 10 rebounds for Jesse Edwards to go with 3 assists and 8 points and 2 blocks. His stat line starting to fill up. Back to the Walker and Air matchup. Shot clock at 3. Walker wins the battle and tells him about it.
To be able to stop so quickly, put it behind your back and go up into your shot, that's nasty stuff by Walker.
7 minutes and 48 seconds left. which is plenty of time for Bryce Hamilton to get busy down the stretch.
Doesn't look 100%, but he's savvy enough to understand how to get the job done.
He's become the game's leading scorer with 19 points.
Oh, what a pass.
Extra one, 2 for Edwards, who slams it with authority.
Great feed there with the wraparound bounce pass from Doyle to get that hockey assist. Check out this pass, bang, on the ground, high and hard.
Their rotations were coming, but in the textbook, they're just too late. It happened all too quickly, not enough ball pressure. And the big two-hand stuff. Wow, what a game. And really well officiated game.
No rust for either team. Sometimes in the opening round, you can be forgiven for a few things not working.
Nerves.
These two have hit the ground running.
Here we go, guys.
Walker thought he got away with one there on Johnson's penetration.
Hungry Jack's rookie round, so to celebrate, that little QR code on the screen right now, scan it, and you can unlock some rookie rewards now, which we might do on the way home from My State Bank Arena tonight.
Well, you're driving, so you'll have to give me your phone.
Wow. A little surprised to see Johnson at the free throw line. Looked like he was still dribbling, but I guess they determined that he'd gathered the ball.
Quiet third quarter, David Johnson.
Didn't get a lot of looks.
Josh Bannon back in. Out there with Hamilton, Johnson, Campbell and Magnay for Melbourne. Walker, Delaney, Edwards, Doyle and Illy. Doyle continues to fire away. He's 23% from the field. And he's returned to My State Bank Arena. JackJumpers trailing by 1.
And Johnson's got to do a better job coming off of that DHO. He was too terminal on his left hand. He had a seam to penetrate if he just would have hesitated with his dribble and gotten in there, Andrew.
Yeah. Yeah. This is...
It's tight.
Delaney picks up his second foul. These two have been super physical with each other as well. Finn Delaney and Josh Bannon. It's been a good battle. Magnay can't keep it alive. Melbourne get the ball back.
Tiger Campbell feeling the moment, understanding his team could use a little bit of a push. Made a nice move there, just didn't get the bucket.
Illy threw some contact of his own. We'll head to the free throw line.
Outside, guys.
Where Melbourne have been 88% from tonight. 15 of 17. It's a much better stat for them.
It is, and Shea Illy does a good job of holding the defender accountable. They know that he's looking for the pass, but he's going in there, he probes once, gets around the other side, and then lets it fly. Rather than just continuing to look for Edwards at the rim.
We're going to have a review here, Andrew.
Yeah, we've got a review coming. I wonder what Scott Ross and his coaching staff saw, because that's a very, very late call for a coach's challenge.
I doubt he's doing this without the support of his video coordinator, who said that you might want to take a look at that, because he would have had to see through a couple of players from where he's sitting and where the shot was taken.
Saw that Illy got the ball on his right hand. A lot of contact there with the hands from Hamilton as he goes up. Is there contact on the body?
The only thing it looked like is maybe there was a hold early on down low. That right hand there.
Those are definitely fouls, but is that where the foul was called? I thought the foul was called there after Illy elevates. It's successful.
Challenge is successful.
Challenge is successful, so they will go to the center circle.
Wow.
To restart play.
Well, I didn't think it would pass the test, Jack.
6 minutes, 14 remaining. Melbourne lead by 1. An important little moment in the game right there. Let's have a chat to Scott Butler in the replay centre. Scott, talk us through that decision.
All right, guys, when you look at camera 2 is probably one of the most useful pieces of footage. Magnay clearly gets the ball, strips it. There's no foul on that play. Because the shot misses, we walk the centre circle and jump the ball up.
Hey, Scotty, Andrew's concerned about the hand play.
Well, it was on Magnay, you're saying. That's
right.
So
the hand, right. So that's irrelevant what Hamilton did, huh, Scotty?
Correct.
That's the issue.
Big thanks to Scott Butler talking us through that one.
Oh,
nice take from David Johnson, who was the fire starter in the first half. He might be the one to get them going here. Tasmania back in front.
He's got a big body, Andrew, and to go with exceptional athleticism as Edwards almost posterizes Magnay.
Great pass by Illy. Quick, in traffic. Flick pass to get it up. And that's what happens when you've got a Jesse Edwards in there. They just throw it anywhere up there. Provided it's on the right side of the rim, he can go get it.
At some point this season, someone is going to make a play on Jesse Edwards and he will end them.
I reckon
this guy is a serious dunker.
I reckon there's a few in the league that might do that. Well, there's Burgers.
Opening night burgers.
There we go.
For Tassie basketball fans, the code word is ball. Hungry Jack's back with the best promotion in Australian sport.
Australian only? I dare say right throughout the world.
I don't get out much, Derek. I don't leave the country too often, so I'll leave the travelling to you.
Now, Delaney has taken one across the back of the head accidentally as Bannon was collecting that offensive rebound.
Foul is on Delaney before he copped one in the chops. Was it in the chops or in the back of the bonce?
Back of the head.
Right.
For our international viewers, bonce his head, chops his stomach.
Oh, in the chops in the jaw.
Tasmania leads 71-70. What a contest this has been. 5.5 minutes left. Back into the hands of Tiger Campbell. Late shot clock, has to pull up in the mid-range. Finn Delaney with rebound number 7 for the night to go with his 12 points. Krislovic relocates. That's going to hurt the Tasmania fans.
Huge. He only takes what's given to him. He's never going to take an under pressure 3, but if he's that wide open, he's going to make more than he misses.
He's got that 3 ball in his game, Fabian Krislovic. 129 games as a jack jumper. He's got it back again. Illy's been aggressive all night long, created some space between he and Magnay. 2 important offensive possessions for Melbourne.
His penetration game has been top shelf for this being game 1, and he has not played much in the preseason. Gets Magnay up off his feet, and that's tough to maintain control and finish like that off the glass.
Melbourne 75, Tasmania 71.
And please welcome back the jump squad tonight.
A 4-point lead to the visitors on opening night. Shea Illy with 10 points, Milton Doyle 11, Finn Delaney 12, Tyson Walker 14, Jesse Edwards 10. 5 players for Melbourne United, Derek, in double figures.
Well, this is what we saw in the preseason, was the balance right throughout the roster and no glaring weaknesses in that lineup. Good height, good athleticism, good quickness out on the perimeter, Andrew.
Yeah, it is. They got all positions covered. And with both these teams, you're trying to find vulnerabilities. You've got to stretch your imagination a little bit, like I said earlier on, with the JackJumpers maybe in that 5 spot. But it's just a well-balanced lineup, rosters brilliantly put together.
4 minutes and 31 seconds left in the season opener here at MyState Bank Arena in Tasmania. And we are seeing an outstanding contest between two teams who, whenever they get together, throw up games of the highest standard, and this is no exception.
And I look at the import play. Walker, Edwards, Doyle, all impactful. And on the other side, Hamilton, Johnson, and Campbell. Well, Hamilton and Johnson have been terrific in their debuts here in the NBL, and Campbell been serviceable.
Small deficit for Tasmania. Still a long way to go in this game. We're going to the end. Campbell out of the timeout, takes the responsibility on to find a score.
And says to Derek Rucker,
yeah,
this is a little bit more than serviceable.
I like the attitude, understanding they need him to push a little bit more, and he's going for it.
Doyle takes on the responsibility of his own at the other end.
And this is why he's big time. The guy has not shot it well.
But all the shots he's made have been huge.
Yeah, but he comes in, is not afraid of the moment. 5 of 18, he should have shot that like he was 14 of 18.
Great response from Melbourne. Running off balance. Quickly, Melbourne fly up the floor. Illy almost threaded the eye of the needle. Krislovic dives on that loose ball.
Wow. Melbourne United catch a break with Krislovic's hustle to retain possession, and then Walker just takes that negative step and steps on the sideline.
We're good. Thank you. Bye.
But Hamilton's impression on this game has been significantly reduced since he hurt that leg, Drew, and he needs to find something in the final 3 minutes here.
Early start tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Breakers and the Bullets. As rookie round continues here in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Bannon with some space to fire. Cuts it back to a one-point game.
Tasmania now up to a respectful 38% from the three. None bigger than that one.
Josh Bannon, 3 of 5 from deep. Important one. Johnson with a steal. The floor is his. Tasmania back in front. Timeout, Melbourne. These two continue to go head-to-head and continue to throw up massive games.
Outstanding defensive play on the sideline. We look at the Amy replay, and Drew Doyle gets caught sleeping, turns his back on Hamilton, who's obviously not 100%. And he finishes with a huge bucket off the steal.
Yeah, it is. That's the worst place to be dribbling when they're in a blitz. And Hamilton strips the ball, and he comes up, again, a bit droppy. He's definitely not 100%.
And the injury is the only thing that's slowing it down. And despite that, he's got 21 points of 10 of 16 from the field.
Last season, the JackJumpers, Drew, we spoke about their offensive issues earlier. 12 times last season they scored 80 or less. They've got 78 now with a few minutes to go. Do you think that they will change their style a little bit this year, or is it more the personnel that they've got that will make that happen?
Well, in the first half, it might have been because Melbourne United, with the way they were playing, was speeding it up, but the game has slowed down in this second half. And I think it's just finding that balance. And with the talent that they have, they can afford to play a little quicker, afford to take a few extra early shots. Because overall, it wasn't like... Sometimes you just look at the number, and it's not reflective because of the amount of possessions you're having and when you're shooting.
Home fans have been at the top of their lungs all night long. Johnson got a lot of ball, but got a fair bit of body too, according to the officials.
Doyle does a great job of turning the corner. Probably didn't elevate the way he had intended. And that gave Johnson time to catch up and try and get this one off the glass. Ooh, Drew. They still have a challenge left, Jack?
Yes, successful earlier.
I would have probably gone after that one just to put some pressure on the review system.
14 points for Milton Doyle, 3 assists. You can make that 15. Championship winner with the Tasmania JackJumpers.
This is ridiculous. Up over 30 lead changes in the game.
And a great first up showing from Josh Bannon for Tasmania. Hamilton under all sorts of duress. 3 balls off the front of the rim. Again, it's Shea Ili exploring early in the offense as we hit the final 2 minutes on opening night. A point the difference. You couldn't ask for much more than this.
Got him. Campbell didn't want to give the ball to Magnay and trans.
Bannon with a handoff for Johnson.
Oh,
for 3, that is extraordinary.
That is just talent. Comes off the DA dribble handoff and just quick release.
David Johnson with 22 points in his Tasmanian debut. Magnay did enough to change the shot of Delaney. Shot clock at 7 for Ili.
Foul.
He's fouled.
22. Let's go, guys. Take it outside. Take it
It's
right
interesting
out,
that
guys. We're
right
free.
now
Right
Dean
out.
Vickerman going with Krislovic rather than Edwards, but here's that foul. Oh, just into his landing space.
Yeah.
Official.
A little bit of contact high.
Johnson to me has got NBA talent. Because he can shoot it so well, and Trevor Gleeson coached him when he was at the Toronto Raptors, and he had some injury issues. But he's one that's using this platform to try and work his way back in. Shout out to Trev, coaching in Japan, doing an outstanding job.
Shea Ili leaves one out there. Dead level at 81. Bass Strait battle by name. Bass Strait battle by nature.
Great rebound.
Huge from Delaney. Ripped that one down and got busy at the other end.
Wow. I thought Shea Ili could have been blown for a foul there.
It did look like a...
Tried to take a hanger.
A nudge on
He's
the...
already stumbling before there's much contact.
There you heard the
Wow.
explanation.
I'm not sure if that's a legitimate rationale, but Melbourne United very fortunate. If we look at this replay, Delaney comes up short.
Oh, it's the left arm, but I got away with a little push. Woo.
Bucket Doyle off the inbounds play.
They drew it up for him, and he handles his end. Milton Doyle takes his total to 17 points and puts his new team back in front against his old team.
And again, not afraid of the moment. 5 of 19 before this shot. Just a little too late. Hamilton's got to stay on his hip. Now gets that separation from the screen, but they're allowing a lot more physical holding off the ball. We've got to need to be a bit more physical. Try working away over the top of that screen.
Scott Roth will draw one up here. And you'd imagine that Hamilton would probably be the primary target with Johnson in the second play phase if something does not eventuate for Hamilton. And also keep in mind, Campbell has the self-belief going at the moment that he needs to have significant input down the stretch.
Hamilton, Johnson, Campbell, Magnay, Bannon, the 5 out there for Tasmania. Walker, Delaney, Krislovic, Doyle and Ili for Melbourne.
And again, it's because of the on-ball screens, I think that Edwards is on the bench. And this is more defensively why Edwards is, they've gone with Krislovic rather than Edwards.
He's only played 20 minutes.
Tasmania trail by 2. Johnson. Short on the 3 ball. Look at Shea Illy showing all sorts of courage diving after that ball.
That's the urgency you want to see from your players.
Doyle winds the clock down. 5 to work with. Guarded by Bannon. Here is Milton, Doyle's moment.
This is big time by Doyle.
Doyle lines up Bannon, says, in case you don't know, I can do this. Bang! Milton Doyle delivers his first big-time dagger for Melbourne United. That's why they brought him here, Andrew.
Well, they did, and he's got the unique ability, as a lot of people say, when you're a shooter, you've got to have the memory of a goldfish. Don't worry about the ones you've missed. Think about what comes ahead, and he has done that, being super aggressive. 7 of 21, but the last 2 buckets has been the signature of his play in the NBL. Big time moment, big time play.
2 years ago, they gave Milton Doyle the keys to the city. They want the keys back. 86-81 in the Tangerine timeout. Tasmania need a score, and they need it quick.
Well, they've got to go fast, and there's a school of thought that you take the quickest score, but I think given the context right now, Andrew, you need a 3-ball within the first 5 seconds.
Spot on. 3-ball will make the free throws down the other end. Puts a little bit more pressure on those free throws.
And managed to inbound it, and a foul.
Pushed him out.
So because he pushed him out, that should be only...
No, he's still shooting the ball.
Was he?
Not according to the official.
Side out.
Okay.
Wait.
They had a foul up their sleeve too, Melbourne. Didn't change much in terms of the available clock for Tasmania. The equation for the home team from here is still a difficult one.
I believe they're checking the clock for the exact amount of time.
It was quick.
It was
Foul
quick.
came real quick.
14 foul.
And the clock goes back to an even 12 seconds.
Drew, I think I would take a lob. That's probably the only 2 I would take as an immediate lob.
Yeah, if something's wide open, maybe, but
14 foul. We're good. We're good.
I think you need to draw something up where your priority's looking for the 3.
Ultra quick score needed for Tasmania. Hamilton with a hand in the face.
Big hit.
Bryce Hamilton brings My State Bank Arena to its feet. And this game's still got a pulse.
They got the quick 3 they were looking for. Great work between Magnay and Hamilton, and he hits a tough shot over Shea Illy, who did a great job in chasing him down.
Oh, good, well-executed play. They had options, and that was the bailout option. There was a few other things they were looking at. The flare, the cut to the corner. But eventually, it's a gets action. Throw it, go get it.
Now, Jack, it's free throw shooting, and Tasmania must decide who they want to foul, as Hamilton's been outstanding. 24 points, 4 boards, very effective from the field at 11 of 18. But Andrew, who do you foul? Shea Illy is 5 of 7 from the line. He's probably the likely candidate, and the fact that he will probably get the ball earliest in the play phase.
Yeah, well, the JackJumpers are going to be doing whatever they can to try not to let the inbounds pass be received.
whoever it's going towards, they do catch it. You want to foul quick.
Melbourne need to hold their nerve. Doyle eventually fouled by Campbell. Clock stops at 6.2 seconds.
The only thing, I mean, the timing of the foul was decent, it was solid, but take a swipe at the ball. Try and get the ball. That's the only criticism I would have of that play there.
This is the script that no JackJumper fan wanted tonight. For their former superstar
82%,
to bury them on their home floor.
82% free throw shooter across his career, which is a solid number.
JackJumpers don't have any timeouts left.
A deep breath from Milton Doyle to make it a two-possession game. Ice cold.
Talk about a silencer.
The air goes out of My State Bank Arena. Hamilton left it behind. Walker goes and gets it. And Melbourne United record a massive win on opening night here at My State Bank Arena in Tasmania. And if that is what the NBL 26 season is going to be, then strap yourselves in.
Exceptional standard, Jack. Both teams were hyper competitive, really cranked up the defensive intensity and effectiveness in the second half. And Melbourne United come away with a massive road victory to start off NBL 26.
Yeah, spot on. It is a huge one because from what we saw from the JackJumpers, they are going to be a contender. This is a legit team with great depth, and Jackie fans, well, you should be disappointed, but you should not be dejected because there's still a lot to look forward to.
And we see Milton Doyle dapping up some of his former teammates on the JackJumpers. Dap him up in delight because he just ripped their hearts out in the fourth quarter.
Finishes with 22 points for the game, Milton Doyle. Don't let the shooting percentage be the thing that concerns you. What matters most is that down the stretch with the game on the line, Milton Doyle stepped in and delivered.
That's correct. And this is what he does. And we can be critical of his efficiencies, but the bottom line is when it comes time to make plays, he gets the rhythm going.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot of bad shots by Milton Doyle. It was just some of the ones he was making in the crisis, he wasn't making throughout the course of the game. And that's the character he's got. He's got that clutch DNA gene that he's able to step up and wants the ball. A lot of players that, when they're particularly not shooting well, they want to shy away from it, but he wants it.
Let's get over to Kelsey. She's got our Foot Locker player of the game.
Yeah, I'm here with none other than Milton Doyle. Amazing game by you. New number, new team, same crowd. Great to get a win on this floor again.
Yeah, just great to start the season off with a win. Much better because I play here, so yeah, it feels good.
You must be happy with the scoring spread of United tonight. A lot of players in double digits. How did you find the game tonight? What are the areas of improvement?
I think we moved the ball well. We just got to finish possessions offensively and defensively, but we got the looks that we wanted.
And you're happy with how everything's going at United. Congratulations on the win and enjoy the game on Sunday in Melbourne.
Thank you.
Familiar surroundings for Milton Doyle. Unfortunately, though, for Tasmania, it's his new team that get the win first up. 22 points of his own. Melbourne win 88-84 in an incredible season opener in the Hungry Jacks NBL. It was an opening night contest that had everything. Melbourne United winning 88-84 over the Tasmania JackJumpers. Andrew Gaze and Derek Rucker. That is some sort of way to start the season.
It was a great game to tip off NBL26, and Milton Doyle really took advantage of the moment to punish the JackJumpers down the stretch. And Andrew, as we look at the match stats, I thought it was the offensive rebounding that by Melbourne United that kept them in the game in the first half and then proved to be too much in the second half as they cranked up their defense coincidingly.
Yeah, for sure. The free throws as well, in advantage to Melbourne United, and they were aggressive at getting to the rim. 38 lead changes in the game. Whew, I need to get my stats guys onto that. That's got to be right up there. But just a spectacular start to the season. A joy to be here. And both these two teams are legitimate contenders.
No doubt about that. These two teams are going to be there at the business end of the season. Tomorrow night, Derek, there's your man.
Yeah.
Parker Jackson Cartwright returns to the Breakers on a new 2-year deal, and they play host to the Bullets.
Well, this is a tough matchup and so hard to read based on the preseason form. The Breakers won the Blitz, but we know that does not mean much, and the Bullets a lot to prove after being hided twice by Melbourne United to end their preseason.
Don't forget, that's an early start tomorrow night as well, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you check your local guides for New Zealand and the Brisbane Bullets as round one continues, rookie round, here in the Hungry Jacks NBL. On behalf of Derek Rucker, Andrew Gaze, Felix von Hoff and Kelsey Brown, and all of our team behind the scenes who make the magic happen. We hope you enjoyed tonight as much as we did. It's Melbourne who win 88-84 to start what is going to be an unbelievable NBL 26 season.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jacks and Bunnings Warehouse.
I'm in the presser when you're ready. Very good. I'm in front of camera left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm now in front of camera right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.